one foggy location to the other. When we got here today, I thought we were actually going to see some clear weather, but no, what I saw was the fog moving in, not the fog moving out. So apparently we brought it with us. We're going to be removing a whole bunch of autumn olive. There's some bittersweet in there as well, and I'm sure a plethora of other things. And we're very lucky this time because what we are parked next to is mint. That mint has quite the strong smell, and it's keeping the flies away. We go. Here's our site. Very picturesque, nice place to be. Hopefully we'll get some sunshine, but I don't think the goats mind the fog too much. It's a bit cooler than the sun. With the sun beating down on, they tend to spend more time on the bus. However, the bus will never dry up if we do not get some sun, because it's quite damp inside from being out in Newport in the fog. And now we're back on the mainland, but right on the coast, and we're in the fog. Hot and wet. That is the weather that we're experiencing here, and I don't mean wet like it's raining, it's just fog. But that is keeping everything very sticky. The goats are only coming off when it lightens up a little bit to eat, because they're quickly getting wet. We are just finishing up our first 24 hours here in South Kingston. The goats are attacking the autumn olive. They've gone under and made tunnels, and they ate it from the inside out. And now they're starting to pull over the bushes. Autumn olive is invasive and bad for many reasons, but not the least of which is that it ends up killing birds. How does this invasive plant kill birds? Well, it produces these very flavorful, citrusy tasting red berries that people can make jam with, and that's all good. It has some sugar and vitamin C, but they have no nutritional value. The local birds will eat those berries, fill up, and have no nutrition in them, and it causes them to die from malnutrition rather quickly. So we want to get rid of this plant. There's a lot of it, but we're here for 6 days, and I'm pretty sure my guys can get it. We are here on our third full day trying to defeat this autumn olive. Everybody's working really hard to free up this tree here. It's surrounded by autumn olive, but it is engulfed by bittersweet. Bittersweet will tear down the biggest tree you can imagine. It'll wrap itself around and keep pulling it till it hits the ground. They're going deep into it, and they make these tunnels. Then they eat up as high as they can, and that's where I come in. That's when I just start cutting it all down. So I think there might be more progress than I can currently see. But if you look over here, Agent J is hiding out in here. That was stuff I cut down earlier. They're freeing up that tree right there too. Everybody's hard at work, and we did find that the goats will eat mint if you cut it for them. If they feel that you want it, they will gladly eat it. So they won't touch it while it's on the ground, but Jackie wanted to take some to dry it and have it in the truck to keep the bugs away. And as soon as we had a handful of it, well, Agent J came over and started eating. I showed him the fresh stuff in the ground. He said, no, absolutely not, but I will eat what's in your hand. Go figure. Let's take a look over here. So we're trying to take out the autumn olive, and that's the majority of what you see here. But these vines coming out of it, that's the notorious bittersweet. So we're going to try to take that out too. This is our last day here in South Kingston, and I'm gonna be sad to go, honestly. This place reminds me of old New England. Just not something you see all the time here. Absolutely beautiful, great scenery. It's been a lot of fun being here, and the goats have certainly had a blast. They have eaten a lot. They came here with the hopes to eat as much autumn olive as possible, and boy did they. They've opened up this oak tree. They are almost done opening up that cherry tree right there, the choke cherry, but nonetheless, it's not autumn olive. There's some tall autumn olive left right there. They've opened that oak tree up. And they made it to the cedar trees. They've opened the cedar trees up quite a bit because they've gone completely around the cedar trees. They went under, and then I cut a path for them, and they ate the taller stuff after I cut the path, but they had already cleaned behind it. You can see them working on that in this overhead shot. Well, we're wrapping up here today. We're going to stay overnight, but we're going to be leaving fairly early in the morning for our next location. And the goats are out eating a little bit late tonight. It was very hot today, so they've been eating late. We're going to miss this absolutely classic New England farmland area. Absolutely, it's so beautiful here. All good things have to stop for at least a moment, and then we'll move on to our next adventure in Ashaway, Rhode Island.